Hey, what's up you guys? This is Junior Trader, and in this video we are taking a look at tech stocks and also SPY and QQQ. Especially we'll be focusing on Meta. I won't go in the details of what came out from the earnings. I'll just show you the numbers. Most importantly, I'll be focusing on the technicals because we have a chart in our hand after the technicals have happened. So we'll take a look at all of that in this video. Now, before that, also please note, none of this is any financial advice and it's only for education purposes. So starting off with Meta, we had earnings beat here, all right? So they beat on the EPS, quite a good EPS, and then also revenue, they beat on revenue. And as for the details, guys, feel free to just go through these articles. I'm not gonna go through much of these. And because it doesn't matter to me, we have technicals in our hand, and in the post market price is at $496. All right, right around here. All right, let me just, right around here, the red line where we have the price. Now this changes Meta for sure. So tomorrow it's gonna open up somewhere here, right? As if the price stays up here by the time market also closes. Now we'll have to go to the hourly interval right away to take a look at the things, and let's go through that. So we do see that price went all the way up to 514 and then selling off. Now as long as Meta continues to stay, let's say tomorrow it opens up, does some pullback, but as long as it stays above 482 at this point, any pullback wherever you see the price action holding consolidation or support, as long as it stays above 482 to even 475, pretty much if we talk about 475, that is like giving up all these gains. So not necessarily that would define quite a good move. That would happen like if price even comes down to 476, that will be like afternoon, right? So that's not really then the type of a trade. What you have to look for in the trade is that if any pullback until 482, you can see some consolidation happening, double bottom happening, pullback happening through this journey, then this is still a long play tomorrow. So here we go on the 5 minutes interval as well. I'm going to get rid of this line for now, just so that we have a cleaner chart. So yeah, as long as Meta continues to stay above that 482 or even any of these like 20 moving average on the 5 minutes or 50, just watch if the pullback comes. If the pullback doesn't even come, this thing is just gonna continue higher. Most likely we get the follow throughs the next day with these type of earnings, especially tech stocks like Meta. And if it cools off again, there is a good example with the AMD. Actually, I provided you yesterday that the difference between AMD and the difference between ARM earnings has happened. Also, ARM is falling off in the post market, but AMD, yesterday we had its earnings. I'm just showing you the comparison. So with AMD, we still were though below 200 hours moving average. That's why the strength continuation was a little bit of a problem today. And then you can also see on daily interval with AMD, I talked about, guys, 200 days moving average is still the area you are watching, right? And we rejected off of that. So this is different though than with what we have the price action with Meta. With Meta, we are already in a strong structure here, right? We already were having these little bit of pivots formed in the price action, and we finally got above 476. So on Meta, also if we stay up, we are above this blue box as well. So on Meta, we are already above 200 days moving average. So it's just that the sentiment is just much more stronger on Meta overall. But anyways, you still have the levels to watch. If 5 minutes, let's go over there back again. If anytime we lose, like let's say 490, there is a chance we'll come down to 482, and then we'll see if this holds. And if this breaks as well, there is no point in playing long. So, but yeah, Meta is going up so far, very strong, and this definitely would affect other stuff as well. So with that, now let's jump into Microsoft. So Microsoft fell off yesterday in the post market, but by the time market closed, through their guidance call, Microsoft was able to regain itself back up. You can see that, good buying came yesterday and things started to go back up again on this thing. And so, yeah, Microsoft technically, though not fully bullish, but it's looking strong enough. If Microsoft continues to stay above 20 hours moving average tomorrow as well, you can expect upside on this. But on the daily interval, this would be the place. So if Microsoft gets now above 420, you can expect upside on this again, because that will be a pivot in our hand. So it looks like it's wanting to turn bullish. So, but yeah, anytime if it again loses 417, a little bit get careful again, right? So it can then continue lower. Apple has its earnings tomorrow, and this thing today went up finally. So getting above this level of 218 and 98 cents. And yeah, so we got to the next level. Let the earnings happen now. We'll then see what happens through the earnings. Overall, right now, it's just getting above this pivot 218 and 94 cents does makes it bullish here. So that's that to keep in mind. With Meta we already talked about. Sorry, Netflix. Whoa, this thing is as choppy as it can get, guys. This thing is not breaking this zone fully right now, right? The zone below 608 and 22. Yeah, technically, once we lost the blue box, it came down. That was the play. This next big play will only be if it loses 621. Otherwise, can some rebound come on this? Let's take a look at hourly interval. Oh yeah, this is, wow, so choppy. Yeah, guys, right now yeah, it's still though in the downtrend. Yeah, it's still in the downtrend. Just trade it with level by level. If it gets above tomorrow 629, maybe some levels to the upside, but if I would just want to stay on the sideline on Netflix for any trades. Like, let it get above 200 if you want to trade it to the upside. Otherwise, just wait for this big break, like 622 below, with 621 break below this area. That's when some more clarity to the downside would come. Yeah, this week, if you can just a little bit stay on the sideline with these stocks, that will be fine. Google. So I tried rebounding, and this was the level I provided you, that 174. Until then, it's just going to be a rebound, and then you are seeing that it's selling off there. Now, if Google can form a higher pivot here, that will start to bring things in question again. That okay, we are going to the upside again, but that was the rebound. That's it. It's getting sold off at that structural area. So accordingly, at these places, you would have your trades taken. And then on the hourly interval, you can see that, yeah, the wick and the sell-off. Google at this point, if it stays above 170 and 66 cents, sure, it's going to intraday stay up. If we break that, this level is the level you are watching. If we break that, let it also break that 20 and 50 fully, and then 169 and 45 cents. And if we break that as well, then we are again most likely testing 166 on Google. All right, so Amazon, they have their earnings tomorrow, so definitely going to be a day to watch. Now with Amazon, so if you remember, I talked about $185. If we get above that, this thing can continue higher. We got above that 185 today. Technically, structure is looking back again to the upside. I would now just wait until the earnings happens. We'll see what happens through the earnings, but today was this play. $185 levels was to watch, and this is looking like a pivot already. So Amazon is already changing inverted head and shoulder back again to the upside, right? So if we go to the hourly interval, yeah, you can see that this thing got bought back up yesterday in the post market, and then it's just continuing higher. So yeah, that was that. For today, as you know, the level to watch was 180 if we would have stayed above it, as I talked about in my video yesterday. This was just a long play today, and we got that long play. All right, let's take a look at SPY and QQQ. So SPY, guys, all right, we are in the bullish territory in SPY again. So what did SPY do? Just getting above this $546 area, we took out the previous pivot as well, and we took out the consolidation as well. That's a change of structure on SPY again. Now if SPY continues to stay above 546 and 94 cents, it's just bullish, and we have a pivot also in our hand here. Things changed on this, as I talked about yesterday in the post market, when things started to go back up. And for today, as we stayed above 546 and 96 cents, it was just an upside play on this thing. It's also getting above now 200 hours moving average. As I said, if it now stays above this 546 and 98 cents area, let's go back to the daily interval again. Yeah, this area, then we will just remain bullish on this thing, on the structure as well overall. QQQ. Now there's a bit of a, so QQQ in the post market is up. It's at 472, almost still right up here. So yes, it's a good strength. And in my opinion, even though structure though fully hasn't confirmed bullish, because we have these hanging pivots, that QQ is still below that, which is the level of 473 and 98 cents. But my hunch is that this has a high likelihood of becoming double bottom here, and even if we see a pullback, I think we'll see a pivot here. It's likely. In my opinion, we'll have other tech stocks. Guys, this week is going to be volatile, so just be prepared how other stocks do in the earnings. But this would be it. I have a hunch that all right. Let me make it simple. As long as we stay above 467 and 84 cents, it will continue to stay intraday bullish. And we today were already above that, so we were bullish in the structure. If we continue to break above 473 and 83 cents, that also changes overall structure to the upside. If we break below 467 and 99 cents, then I'm wanting to see if we continue below and we find another wick here and a higher pivot, and we break above then again 408 and 67, guys. That's QQQ is the direction then to the upside. So most likely this will turn bullish in my opinion. The structure break now would be like this I would only consider full on bearish. Well, again to the downside, if we lose 408 and 67 and 84 cents, then also if we lose 20 and 50, then intraday downside 460, and if we lose that again, then it's a continuation to the downside full on structure. Otherwise, this is what I'm saying. I have a hunch that we might see a pivot here. Nothing is guaranteed, but this is where you will be watching if that pivot forms, just because price action is looking stronger again, right? So, all right, so that's QQQ. All right, guys, that's all for this video. If you found it helpful, valuable, please hit the like, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next videos. Take care. Bye.